Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Joseph Gabriel, and I'm your music tutor for this week. This week we'll be going into a new edition of music, and what we start with is the music fundamental. But first of all, before we go any further, I would love to define music for you. Music is any acceptable sound that gives melody to the hearing of the audience, and music can also be defined as the combination of sound to make melody. So sound is music. Any sound you listen to, any sound you hear is music. Any sound that is not making sense is called noise, and any sound that is making sense, that is bringing melody to you, is called music. And like now, the voice, the sound coming out from your voice is a mixture of vibration that bring out the sound in your voice. So you understand, your voice also sounds as a music. It sounds like music. Like now, what I'm saying is music. So now, to bring out melody is for you to make a vibration through the sound produced from your mouth or by any object. We have sounds like this. This is a music sound, and it sounds as a beat. But before we go deep into this, I would love to tell you the basic things you need to know in music. In the fundamental of music, we have what we call staff and clef. Staff is a 5 parallel line that music is being written upon, and it indicates the particular key that music is being played on. And this is what I mean. This is what a staff look like. This is a staff. This is a staff, 5 parallel line. Let's say 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5. So this is what a staff look like, and this is what clef also look like. And we have 4 types of clef. We have 4 types of clefs. So these are what the clef look like. We have the C clef, we have the B clef, the G clef, or whatsoever. This rhythmic clef. Yeah. So the C clef is mostly used for string instruments, like an orchestral instrument. Instruments like we have instruments like violin, double bass, and whatsoever. And it's subdivided into 4 octaves. We have the soprano, we have the alto, the tenor, and the vocal tenor for the C clef. Then we also have treble clef, also known as G clef. The treble clef is mostly used for instruments like piccolo, flute, clarinet, oboe, guitar, violin, French, and saxophone. Those are instruments we use the G clef for, and that's the treble clef. We use it for instruments that are on high pitch. So treble clef is used for instruments on high pitch. Then we also have the bass clef. The bass clef is the second most common clef. The bass clef is used both at the head or the bulbous parts, and these 2 dots in it indicates this is how the bass clef look like. So you can see this is what the bass clef is. So if you have this on a staff, you should know it's a bass clef. You can see it's being represented here. So this is what your bass clef look like. Now the rhythmic clef is used for instruments like drums sets. So that's what the rhythmic clef is basically used for. But we won't be going deep on all those clefs. We'll only be treating the bass clef and the treble clef. The bass clef is also known as the F clef. So you should know that the bass clef, the first note starts from F, and the treble clef, the first note starts from the G. So now I'll be taking you on staff and clef. Now we have notes that fall under the staff and the clef bent together, and the name of each note are A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Then you come back to A. We don't have any other alphabet. The alphabet stop at G. So, and for the treble clef, the alphabets on the lines are this: E, G, B, D, F. So the treble clef have alphabet E, G, B, D, F, and the acronym for that is every good boy does fine. So for you to remember such, you have to go with the acronym every good boy does fine. Then for the space between the lines of the step, like this space is here now, this space is here, that is the middle of the line, the space is there. The alphabet that represents it is face. Okay, for the treble clef, the alphabet that represents the lines, every good boy does fine, that's the acronym for it. Then for the space, it's called face. Face, you spell it F-A-C-E. That is for the spaces in between. So the spaces starts with F-A-C-E. Then after the line, that is at the top of the line, we have G, and beneath the line we have the D. So that's for the treble clef. For the bass clef, we have, for the line, we have F, G, A, B, C. For the line we have G, B, D, F, A. That is for the G clef. We have G, B, D, F, A. Good boy does fine always. That's our acronym for it, for you to remember it. Then for the space, we have F, A, C, E, G, B. Here we say all cars eat grass, or all cow eat grass. It's either you make it all cars eat grass or all cows eat grass. That is for the acronym for the G clef. Then we have something that we call the grand staff. The grand staff is the combination of the G clef and the, sorry for the interruption. The grand staff is the combination of both the treble clef and the bass clef. Now there is something that holds them together. That's what we call the brass. There's a brass that holds the treble clef and the bass clef together, and we call both clefs attached together, we call it the grand staff. Now this is what I mean here. This is it. You can see it. It's written boldly on it, the grand staff. So the grand staff is the combination of the treble clef and the bass clef connected with a breeze. And piano music mostly uses a grand staff along with instruments such as harp and marimba. Sometimes vocal choirs, that is the vocals too, they use the grand staff. So if you are a piano student, you know that you have the grand staff. You have to make use of the grand staff anytime you want to play your piano. You know that you must always make use of the grand staff. Now if you are also a vocalist, you know that you are also going to be making use of the grand staff. Now for the vocalist, for the vocal artist or vocal musician, whichever I want to call it, you know that the grand staff now is subdivided into two segments, and each segment has two particular pitches. We have the low pitch and the high pitch. Then we have the deep low and the medium low pitch. Now for the treble clef, we have the the alto and the soprano. The soprano sing on the high pitch while the alto sing on the lower pitch. Then for the bass clef, we have tenor and bass. So the bass sing on the deep octave while the tenor sing on the mid deep octave. So you know this how it's being done. So each note now sounds like this: do re mi fa sol la ti do ti la so fa mi re do. That is what each note represents on each alphabet. So you know when you are starting from C, you know you are still coming back to C. When you are starting from D, you know you are still coming back on D. When you are starting from E, you know you are still coming back on E. When you're starting from F, you know you're still coming back on F. When you're starting on G, you know you're still coming back on G. When you're starting on A, you know you're still coming back on A. And when you're starting on B, you know you're still coming back on B. So this is how it sounds like: do re mi fa sol la ti do ti la so fa mi re do. I hope you're enjoying this lecture, and next week we'll go on another edition of this video. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, and if you like this video, just drop a comment, and if you don't like it, drop a comment too. Thank you very much. My name is Joseph Gabriel, and I would still love to have you on the next segment of this video. Have a nice day.